In this tutorial, I will show how you can export and adapt your codebook, and we will cover Word, Excel, as well as PDF documents. This can be very helpful if you want to share your codebook with colleagues or with your supervisor, and also if you want to generate a document that you can attach to your thesis or a paper. We start off by looking at how to turn our NVivo codebook into a Word document. As you can see, we are here in the notes. And all we need to do is right-click and select Export Codebook. This brings us here where we can select where we want to save the file, and we can also tick this box for including the number of files and references. When we are done with that, we just click OK. And here is our Word document. As you can see, I was a bit lazy when I created the notes in tutorial 3A, as I didn't add descriptions or very detailed descriptions, but luckily, since this is a normal Word document with a normal table, we can amend the table as much as we want. Now we look at how we can export our codebook and generate an Excel or PDF file. For that, we again start in the notes and we right-click and then we select Export List. And now we need to name the file and we need to select the file type. You can see that it gives us several options. If you opt for an Excel file, then you get something like this, and you might be wondering, well, but I had more than 2 notes. Then we just need to unhide some rows. So we right-click and then pick Unhide. And you can see that now all the child notes of the benefit note are there. If you save the list of notes as a PDF, then you should get something like this. We will now look at how we can adapt our NVivo codebook before we export the list of notes. This is most relevant for the PDF. In the case of Excel, I just showed you that you can generate your sheet and then you can add columns, you can delete rows or whatever you want. In the case of the PDF, this is not possible. So therefore, you may want to adapt the codebook. All you need to do is to just right-click in the notes and then select List View and Customize. And then we get here. In the right window, we can see a list of the columns that we can currently see in our list of notes. On the left, we can see other potential columns, so where we have actually the information that if we want, we can add to our current notebook. And then we can customize that. For this example, I just clicked on one column that is currently visible and then clicked on those 2 arrows, and you can see it is now on the other side. And I did the same for the second example. And now the modified by column is on the left. Once you're done with moving around the columns, you just click OK. And we can see that the 2 columns that I moved to the left window are not there anymore. And now we can again export the list. And when we now generate an Excel sheet, we can see that the columns have changed. And the same goes for PDFs. And a final note on this, if you change your mind, you can just reset all customizations as shown here. NVivo also gives you the option to directly print your codebook. For that, you just right-click and then select Print List. And then we get to the print options. What you will print is the list of notes that you can currently see in NVivo. So if you want, you can customize that as I just showed. What is a good idea is to click on Preferences and go for the landscape layout. But also if you do that, it often happens that you end up with more than one page, which is often not ideal. So therefore, I really recommend you to rather export your codebook or the list of notes and then print those Word, Excel or PDF files, because then you have much more control over what you're actually going to print and how it will look like. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, do leave me a comment, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube channel.